Yo, so I got another question. And it's as follows. Let me get there. The question is, what experience most shaped your outlook on life? And I got you. 2017, I'll start there. 2017, um, hmm, 2017, I was going through a divorce, and I was in a situation where I had no choice but to take care of myself because I lost everything. When I was going through my divorce and it started off the separation, I was jobless, right? So the year prior to that, my friend was working at the hospital and they was patient transport at the time. We're much better off in our careers now, but they asked me to come work with them. Oh, I spilled some juice on my shirt. They asked me to come work with them. The requirements is moving a dead patient to the morgue, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But when I got into a situation where I had no choice, I worked there, and the experience was crazy because there's so many bad things that happened that morning. When I first went there to go get the job, you had to take the drug test, but my body wasn't allowing me to urinate. So the third time they went inside to watch me urinate, and I couldn't urinate. So with that being said, they sent me home. I thought it was over. I laid down in the bed. I was stressed, and I was just like, I let it go. I said, fuck it. They called me back the next day and said, hey, come back tomorrow. We're going to try it again. So that night I chugged a whole bunch of water, went back to work that morning, took the drug test. Then I started working at the job. I was pushing around patients, and I met this interesting lady. When I met the lady, she was sickly, very sickly, and we was discussing money, financial stuff, and she was explaining about how much money she had. And me, 2017, the young man I was like, yo, if I could just have that money, I'll be good. Her response was, I'll trade you all the money I have right now for your help. That old white lady was trying to teach me something. What she was teaching me was, and this is what I've received from her when she was saying what she was saying, was money isn't everything. See, in that moment, I realized I was richer than she was, because I had something money couldn't buy. I had my health. I can walk around on my own. I can talk on my own. I can see clearly. I got both of my arms, both of my legs. I'm still a young man, so I can also still reproduce. I got so much that money can't buy. It's not even funny. So I realized that, yes, I'm rich. That goes back to the saying of what Bob Marley was saying. Bob Marley said, those who some people are so poor, all they have is money. So when I realized this, I was thinking to myself, damn, I am rich. I got everything I need. I'm good. So fast forward, while I'm working at the hospital, I'm also working at the funeral home. When we was working at the funeral homes, and like I said, I have a strange relation with death. I didn't want to see a dead body or anything, but I made myself work these jobs. I went down, my mom works at the funeral home. So what I would do, I would go to the funeral home and I would just make an excuse to go see my mom. But what I was really doing, I was going by there to just go stand over a casket with a dead body in it. I just saw I would see these lifeless people. So I took a job there. Working that job, I've had to go and pick up people from their homes, from hospitals. I've drove the hearse where we had to stop traffic so we can get people across and things of that nature. I worked funeral homes, set up the flowers. I've seen people cry over their mothers, saying that they were sorry. I've learned so much, and this is what shaped my life is. Life isn't too short. Life is just too short for certain things. See, if you want to reach greatness in life gonna be too short for bullshit. Life is gonna be too short for negativity. Life is too short for gossip. Life is too short for a lot of numerous of things life is just going to be too short for. 2017, I'm getting this all the time while facing my fears, so it's a double plus because I didn't want to be around dead body. I would touch their hands and see how cold they were. I used to pick up dead bodies, take them to the morgue when the rigor mortis set in, and weight with dead weight is, you will never forget that weight. You will never forget the weight of dead weight. But learning this, I realized life, sometimes looking death in the face, whether it's your own or rather it's someone else's, will give you a different perception on life. So I think the spirit in me needed these things. So it shaped my perception on life. Now that I got this perception, what am I going to do with it? Teach. What am I going to do with it? I'm going to cut off the rooms that I have for BS and make room that I got for positivity. And I used to push patients around in the hallway. I used to always say a positive affirmation. I would see people come to the hospital, they cry because their mother passed, and I give them words of encouragement, let them know that, hey, they still here with us. They're in a better place right now. You know, I've hugged people. I've developed relationship with people at the hospitals. I got crazy stories about the hospital. I met a beautiful woman up there. We were kissing in the elevator. I could go a whole day. I've almost got to fighting at that job. All types of stuff. I've had good experience working at the hospital, and it was amazing. But that's getting beside the point. Just shaping my outlook on life. If you don't take anything from this video, take one thing: money isn't everything. Because when people is on their last breath, the last thing they thinking about is how much money they got in their bank account. The last thing they worried about is bills. Any of that, all of that stuff is not even thought about. They don't care about that at this point. You can have all that. We're on a whole different wave right now when it comes to thinking about dying. You got regrets of not spending time with your family, all of these things. So enjoy the best life for free. If you can get up and have a slice of cake without getting sick diabetic wise, go do that. If you can run, go do that. If you can walk, go do that. If you can talk, if you can see, be bored. It's okay. At least you get to feel bored. It's some people in life. That's why everybody have their own problems. I guarantee you, if all of us throw our problems on the ground right now, you would be in a hurry to find your own. No matter how rich a person is, more rich than you in anything, you don't know the problems that they're facing. You might not be able to handle that problem. That's what shaped my perception. And that was back in 2017. And here we are in 2023. Continue to embrace greatness and walk in positivity. Let the light in you shine so bright that it illuminate the path for others seeing themselves. Always go within so you don't go without. For those who need it, I hope you can read it.